rushing on the season and a 2.5 average. Peyton Neil Anderson has been brilliant in this young season. Willie Gault, the great sprinter, the deep threat Ron Morris, they really like his hands. And the veteran at tight end Emery Moorhead, solid, underrated. Covert, their best lineman. Bortz, Hilgenberg, Thayer, and Van Horn, the front five. Anderson in motion. McMahon's first pass attempt. Screen to the tight end Moorhead. Fumbles the ball. And nothing. And an early turnover.
Because putting Neil Anderson in motion to the outside sets up this screen. The linebackers are out of there. You see Dino Hackett 53 go back straight. Now here the blocking is back to the outside. Bortz is out there, no problem. Nice to be in the fresh air.
Yeah, with NBC and then later with ESPN. So the Bears trailing 14-7 look for a tying drive as McMahon goes to work. Neil Anderson, former #1 pick from the University of Florida, to the Kansas City 44 and a first down. Del Rio here 14-7 giving the signals. Jonathan Hayes. The Bears have countered on an 88-yard kickoff return touchdown. Arkansas, farm boy. Jacksonville, Arkansas. Intercepted by number 55, Lewis Cooper, on the deflection out of Moorhead's hands, and it fell right into the lap of the Kansas City linebacker at the 36-yard line.
What did I say to you in the open? The Kansas City Chiefs, in order to win this ball game, offsides, defense.
A little short sneak and go up on top and try to get 6 in a hurry.
But you better make it work.
Same play, and McMahon behind the wedge blocking up the middle has the first down. Now Jim McMahon taking his whacks as he goes on the sneak. A reminder to our viewers, we'll be selecting the Budweiser Most Valuable Player in today's game, announcing that at the conclusion of today's contest from Chicago. McMahon, they say, is such a good racquetball player. We asked if he was the best on the Bears. He said not only the best, he can beat most of the other guys playing left-handed.
And that's the only way most of them will play him, if he does play left-handed. But he forgot to tell all those guys that he's ambidextrous. That means he can't use either hand.
Complete and a fine catch as Boso goes up to spear that one with Lloyd Burris all over him. Nice catch by Boso, who had a couple last week in the second half at Tampa Bay.
Got man-to-man coverage. Lloyd Burris, number 34, the strong safety. And watch, he sees the tight end. He's got Bosa right there. I mean, it was a good play all the way around. Not only by
saved an interception.
You bet he did. Albert Lewis, number 29, Dick, was just touchdown.
McMahon unhappy with himself. 3rd and 7.
If Willie Gault was 7 feet 8, he wouldn't have caught that ball.
Chicago. Boy, that Anderson can fly in the open field, and we're going to move quickly ourselves to New York.
The draft choice, they're looking at a player, Cornelius Bennett, the best linebacker in college football last year.
2nd and 9, McMahon. Almost intercepted. It would have been the second for Lewis Cooper as McMahon had to throw it away as he was being pressured hard by Art Still, Bill Moss, and Bell.
You know, we've seen Kansas City, Dick, go offside about 3 different times, and what McMahon's doing that a lot of teams don't do, they'll come up on first. Be patient.
Wide open is Dennis Gentry.
You have a 4-man rush. There's only one guy in the backfield. Someone has to cover this man. Now, Robinson has got to be covering Gentry. Take a look. Here goes Gentry out here. Robinson, number 30, is sitting in the middle of the field. Now he shows up beyond Gentry.
5 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first half. The Bears trail by 7. McMahon to Boso, touchdown! Camp Boso. But with the style of defense of Chicago, if you guess right and the right play is called, you get the one big block or a mistake, you can break a big play, and it throws it into the back of Ron Morris. Morris has not been the target. Dino Hackett interchanging pleasantries and stories before the game today. 3rd and 7. McMahon, and Art Still wraps him up after a 2-yard. Wade wore that single digit.
There's old 9.
I shall return. Well, McMahon is going to have to engineer another comeback. Page showing both. First down at the 25 for the Bears, down by 2 touchdowns. McMahon dumps it out of the backfield to Payton to the 28-yard line. Only Payton out of the backfield. Steps out of bounds. Catches to lead the Bears. His number doesn't come up very often. Dennis Gentry.
When you see McMahon, he goes to the outside. Now Pearson is covering him. Watch what Gentry does. He catches the ball here. He's down. He sees the mark.
Here, 28-14, by far the most surprising score of the day. McMahon to Gold. It's good. Willie Gold at midfield. Working against Kevin Ross on the right corner, a 13-yard play. First underneath Anderson. Boy, does he turn it on, and a first down inside the 30.
I'm glad they listened to us down there. Get him in the game. You got to get Gall in the game. You got to get this young man, Anderson. And they're trying to cover him with a linebacker, and you're not going to do that. Hackett, number 56, is coming up on Anderson, who can also fly.
Bears with a solid drive downfield. McMahon to McKinnon.
Ball is in the air, gets his hand in. Ross, and he has McKinnon man-to-man, but McMahon is looking at McKinnon all the way. At the end of this, you'll see Ross's arm, right?
2nd and 10. Blitz. Ooh, and Payton took his eye off it as Dino Hackett came over to challenge.
Dino Hackett said, hey, you're going to be a Hall of Famer, and you're the greatest, maybe the greatest running back ever in the history of football, but if you're coming out there and you're going to catch it, I'm going to hit you. Walter does take his eye off the ball, hits him right in the helmet, but this is
as Hackett all the way into the end zone on the coverage, and it looked as if he was beaten all the way, but he stayed right on it.
And that's not pass interference.
Look what Ditka's going to do. 4th down and 10. He's not going to go for it. He takes over on downs. Oh my.
Well, this is the thing, you know, that we talked about last night with Frank Gantz. He says they'll go on 4th down because of their defense.
Yeah, but they're down. That defense has them down by 2 touchdowns.
Points the Chicago Bears, and it would have been about a 43, 44-yard field goal. Not out of Butler's range at all. There's no 2-point plays after a touchdown, so to get 2 touchdowns, you're still going to be tied. You're going to need a field goal somewhere along the line to win this game, and why they didn't take it at that point.
That is supreme confidence in the Bears' ability to defend.
If your quarterback has 20 minutes to throw the ball, you can make all those moves.
2nd and long, screen to Payton. Good blocks, 25. And Chicago.
57 Thayer coming out to the outside. Watch the block he gets. Here's a screen. 57 is there. That's Pearson again. Down. Once you take that outside linebacker down.
Fodder for tomorrow's Monday morning quarterbacks.
Well, and we know now that all along, anytime they're down in this area, it's 4 down.
2nd down. 17. 16 plus. Man over the middle. And a big game. Dennis Miller last year and has come back brilliantly this year.
Hackett's going to come out to the outside. He's looking for McKinnon. You see him there, and Hackett misses him at this point. But here's the hit by Pearson.
In the third quarter. The 10 for McMahon. Over the middle. Neil Anderson. Pass was a little high. And one of the Chiefs down. Could be Hackett.
That's Hackett. Now, he hurt his neck in the first half.
Oh, he is tough.
He really is tough. He's going off the field. It is fourth down. Now they're going to kick a field goal. Do you believe this? All right, here comes Hackett. Right here. Neil Anderson. Hackett just goes one way. Anderson goes the other way. You must listen.
It's so right that he's back here in Chicago as the head coach. It would have been so wrong for him to go somewhere else.
He is a Bear.
So from the 48, McMahon goes to work. Walter Payton in the flat. Diving down to the 43.
All of a sudden, he disappeared.
Wonderful catch by Anderson. Appeared he stabbed it one-handed at the end of the third quarter. Del Rio on the coverage close to a first down. And that is the end of the third quarter at Soldier Field in Chicago. As you see, McMahon hit Anderson. Anderson delivers. And the Bears close to a first down. The score after 3 periods, 28-17, underdog Kansas City. And we'll be back after these messages from your local station.
The other side, someone must have told them that Christian Okoye was close to 100 yards, and they've been shutting him down.
The Bears opened the fourth quarter. They measured, and that was a first down. No, it was not. Third and less than a yard. Bears, usually they're the ones who have that advantage.
Play action. Huh?
Go for it. Third.
Yo.
Look at Still. He's playing stand-up end here on this side. McMahon chased down from behind by Aaron Pearson, 96. Del Rio also in on the play. It appears that he picked up a yard. We'll see where they spot it.
First of all, I think the ball was centered early. And then on top of it, I don't think Willie Gault had to play, because McMahon was looking to fire at Willie Gault right now, and all of a sudden Willie Gault, he's just running down the field, jogging down at the top side over there. And then you don't want McMahon running around as banged up as he's been and to get him hurt.
Well, you absolutely do not. As you look at McMahon, one of the points we should make about his surgery and the injury is recalled here.
Every time he's touched the ball, he's picked up 8, 9, 10 yards. You've got to go to Anderson. Use him in the game.
Payton is to the right and Anderson at left halfback, and they're both in the pass pattern. They go to Payton. And he has the balling the play. 1 minute into the fourth quarter, trailing 28-17. Underneath Anderson, first down at the 25. Dino Hackett and Jack Del Rio with a tackle.
McMahon can keep doing this, because what happened is there's no blitz on. They're covering, the linebackers are covering Walter Payton and Neil Anderson coming out of the backfield. But what the linebackers are doing, they're dropping off about 8 yards, and they're giving him that 5-yard pattern. Go ahead and take it.
No huddle again. This time he's going for it all. Touchdown, Willie Gault. Yards for the former Olympian Willie Gault, and it's 28-23 as Butler. We'll give you the rest of those scores after this play. McMahon wasting no time between plays. Underneath to the tight end, Bozo. He has one touchdown. Oh, they love that. That's a Ditka kind of run after a catch.
It's 16. It's a 34.
I watched Payton that time. He came out and he looped. He went straight down the field, and I think McMahon looked at him right quick to see if it was.
But too tall, and McMahon could not be more unhappy with himself.
And Dick, that's a pretty good play, except for one thing. It was third down and about 18, and they were throwing a 4-yard pattern, and now you want him to pick up a team on top of it. Wasn't going to happen.
Kevin Butler.
There.
Well, that could have gone for a touchdown. That was very close to Dorson coming out of the pack and going all the way. McMahon underneath. Hey, that's Natty by 2. McMahon again, no huddle. Wide open is Galt.
Burroughs knocked his helmet off.
21 yards. Look at Galt. They're not using a huddle again. That's been effective. It doesn't give Kansas City a chance to do those multiple replacements on defense or reset their defense.
And it just keeps them with 4 defensive backs, 4 down linemen, and 3 linebackers.
He's going to, with the first down now, he is going to call a play or 2 in that huddle.
McMahon's limping.
At the 46-yard line, Richardson, the starting cornerback who didn't sign, held out, came to camp late. He still hasn't found that starting job. He's not back in there.
Got to earn things.
In a long time, 7 years since the Bears' home cooking hasn't provided a win against the AFC. First and 15 from the Bear 49 as McMahon limping to the line of scrimmage.
Go back to the little dump passes again.
Underneath, you're right, Anderson. And it's good for about 8-9 yards. Pete Koch trailing the play, made the tackle, and here goes McMahon again, calling the offense without a huddle.
If someone, you do that on first down, just move the length of the field. And then when they make the adjustment, now that opens the middle like it did a little while ago with Willie Galt.
This game is the property of the National Football League. The Bears and Chiefs, all rights reserved. And it is interesting that the Bears have become America's team in terms of...
I was worried yesterday when he left after the practice session. He had a foot-long cigar, had his golf clubs in the back of his Rolls Royce. Burroughs and Lewis. These guys can play back, get those linebackers up on the backs.
Second down and 7.
350.
Willie Galt
wide open in front of Albert Lewis.
But see what happens, Dick. Now when you move the linebackers up, now it opens the middle. Here comes Galt across the middle. There's no linebacker help for Albert Lewis, 29. Willie Galt is hit right in the hands with the ball and dropped it.
Too much time to think about it. The Bears and McMahon have used a timeout at 5:45 left in the fourth quarter. Underdog Kansas City still in front, 28-24. Throughout. Chiefs by 4, but the Bears on a critical 3rd and 7 at the Chiefs 43.
Critical situation. Blitz him.
Reverse to Anderson.
Gonna throw. It's the Statue of Liberty, isn't it? It is reverse. No, well, almost.
Fourth quarter. Art Still pushing McMahon out of bounds. That'll be for a loss, so that will count as another sack for Still and the Chiefs. He's had a big game, Art Still. That's his 3rd. He had 10.5 sacks to lead Kansas City last year, and going into this year, 67 is number. Out of your picture to the left, and Galt split to the right. Underneath to Anderson. No, it's Galt.
Did you see McMahon when he came to the line of scrimmage? There was an official standing right in the middle of the field. He looked around him to see where the safety was, and then he threw. Dick, when McMahon came out of the huddle, went under the center, he looked around the middle linebacker trying to find out where the safety was. Once he reads the safety, Deron Cherry going out to his right, the right of the screen, he just brings Galt underneath, makes the turn, and ran away from Cooper.
As you look back at so many incidents in this game, as McMahon again drilling it to Galt, he got the whole defense flowing as if he was going across the field, and Galt cut back.
Yeah, once he looked at the line of scrimmage and he saw that the middle.
McMahon's numbers shooting up positively, 23 for 34, nearly 300 yards. But the Bears on a 32-yard field goal by Butler and 2 Willie Galt touchdown receptions from Jim McMahon have taken the lead 31-28 with 1:59 left. And for the first time, a few smiles on the Chicago sidelines. And there are 2 most valuable players in the game. Jim McMahon. Look at McMahon turns cheerleader.
Fourth, the thing that they look at is, could he have come down because he was pushed out by the defensive back? McMahon's watching the play. Out. Yeah. Well, he has those stripes on his arms. He could call that. And when they did that, they gave the ball game back to Chicago.
The Bears, McMahon with a brilliant second half. He's only missed on 11 passes today, 3 touchdown throws. I shall return, he says. Anderson, 52 yards rushing. Bozo has contributed with a touchdown and 51 yards. Gentry with that big touchdown return on a kickoff that really kept the Bears in the game in the first half. Willie Galt didn't make. It's a big play for Kansas City. They have to stop the Bears. Reverse. And it's Payton.
Trouble.
It's over, though.
I know.
That's
they're in a lot of trouble all year. And now cost them the ball game.
But you know, great teams find a way to win, don't they, Paul? Look what the Bears have done, even though it wasn't their best game. Dan Hampton blocks a field goal, or we would be tied. Gentry returns a kickoff for a touchdown for a quick 7 in the first half. They forced the fumble of Okoye here late in the game to deny Kansas City a chance to build their lead back over a touchdown lead. They found a way to win again. And sometimes, and I'm sure that Ditka will be unhappy when he looks at the films, it wasn't the Bears' best effort, but they've come out of Tampa Bay 27-26, and they're going to win today 31-28 when they really, and the frustration of the opponents, really should have lost both game. But they will find.